Eyo da sani bia ni da so se obenya adwuma ye sanso na yentimi nya adwuma ebra ye ni anyinama hoden etoda wobeduru adwuma mu na nkane ani ho eba saa na atete no aye bebre enkankan se wobepo adwuma ba fie na nkane ani fie wokoso generator nso a ose famie nanso se wonim JB Mobile Engineers all the above problems will be a thing of the past. JB Mobile Engineers in Kwan near Bema 24-hour dedicated generator services. JB Mobile Engineers, yeton generators, fufro, any other denina, sounds on maintenance, repairs, consultation, which I say, Uya Juma, say fie, Numa Hodo, na o pesa auto generator, and your generator be an auto, and to buy a better chumu, near Bow, sounds so and I, ye welding and fabrication. So generator, Kitwa and Akase, ye basi dine, kama, Eddie Sisu and Suni area and Seno. So we school, sorry. Hospital, companies, and mining companies. Ubia by a so ya, ye bet me abuamo, a yet generator, a babo jumenina. Bon JB Mobile Engineers, our Tema, Michelle Camp Road, Freya, our 0244 623899 and now 0207 596676. JB Mobile Engineers, your generator friend.
I welcome you guys on SBTV Africa. This be with the vibe. With the vibe, you know, say it be PG vibe. And today I come vibe with one of my brethren. If you be musician, if you listen this, if you be musician, this chat with that they can have if you listen on this show talk. Because what we can talk, 100% music thing. So those whether they sing gospel, whatever music they sing, Afrobeat or whatever, this guy they can talk to you. To no, it will make you guys go understand more things and what they do, the benefit and all that. My name is DJ Nyame. If you just the chance on our channel, Charlie, subscribe and can join us. This be with the vibe and it be PG. But my man, Ghana man way they speak PG. Say now he go do himself brofu some way. So but we go make some. Charlie, I welcome you on SBTV Africa. Everything cool.
Everything cool.
Big up yourself. Everything cool. My brethren.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean I go meet for Ghana Music Awards UK. That be last year for UK. And I mean they the same apartment. So Charlie, Sedu.
Yo, DJ.
Nice. So I welcome you on SBTV.
Thank you, my brother. Thanks
those
for
that know
me.
you, those that know you already. Those that don't know you, what be your name?
Okay, so my name is Gyedu Idrisu.
Gyedu Idrisu.
Yes.
What do they do?
I am a music publisher as a music corporate administrator.
Today we're going to make you break some things down for us.
Okay.
Where are you from for Ghana?
Oh, originally I'm from Tamale. I
So
was
be
born in
Dagbani?
Tamale. Yeah, I speak Dagbani. I speak Hausa, a little bit Tree. Yeah, but Ghana now.
You do the first.
Yeah.
So far as if you express yourself in this kind of language, they're good.
Yeah.
Educate us on this copyright and those things. I want to make the musicians listen to this. The up and coming ones, the known ones, they don't know what exactly what they do. If you explain, show me.
Okay, so like basically what we do in terms of music copyright is to make sure that we register song and songwriters for their intellectual property rights. So when a song is like recorded, mixed, mastered, it comes with two copyrights, the master right and the composition right. So this side of Africa, like West Africa and some part of Central Africa, what we know is the master right. We're not kind of familiar with the composition right, which is the intellectual property right of the music. So in that case, when the song is finished, within the masters, you're only getting plus minus 80% of the total income that is coming from the music. Either streaming, download, views, or any usage, we're not getting the 100% because we don't understand the intellectual property, which is the publishing rights. So that area is what we are lacking in this territory. So like me, I've been in this industry for like 11, 12 years, and the main goal that we want to achieve is to educate people about all this, because at the end of the day, if you're losing money, you end up, when your career ends, you wouldn't know what to do again. Or if you came to a point that you don't get gigs anymore, then you don't know where to make money. But in the other side of the world, this composition right is the one that I mean, it's more like your pension money, right? Once you have you collect different kind of royalties, you can decide not to even touch it till when you are not relevant in terms of getting events, then that's the money that you'll be dependent on. But you end up seeing that this territory, we don't have that, and it become a big challenge. So the thing is, when we talk about the master rights, it comes with the record label, artist, and the producer. They own the master right. Then the composition rights, the owners in there is the composer, the author, and the publisher. So it means that in that composition right, we don't have artists, we don't have producers. We have songwriters, composers, and authors. Then the publisher do the administration on your behalf, on their behalf. So if you are making money from the masters, and actually this thing affects a lot of producers in a sense that because the knowledge of sound recording, master right, publishing right is not educated people don't get it properly in this territory, it becomes difficult once you work with somebody or you produce a beat for somebody, the person get the beat, maybe 200 Ghana cedis or 100 Ghana cedis. It ends there. You don't benefit anything on the song again, which is wrong. Yeah, after you get the session fee paid, and if you don't make other money elsewhere, it means that that's the end of it. The song can become big, the artist or the label will making big monies, the producer will be left behind. So when you look at the gap between the producers and the artists or the label in this territory here, it's a huge gap because the producers don't get what they deserve. So in this case, after you get paid for the session, right, there is certain percentage that the producer is supposed to be getting from the sales, which is the streaming, views, any deal that is coming in the song, beside performance. The producer is supposed to be part of it. There's supposed to be a certain percentage between 2 to 5% that is entitled to be getting. But because they didn't structure it well, there's not even a producer agreement before the song goes out, it means the producer is not going to get anything. Then when you look at the composition right, which is the intellectual property that we talk about, there's a standard way of splitting it, because remember that one is intellectual property right, and intellectual property in a sense that whatever that you create, the contribution that you made in the creation of the song, you're supposed to have shares on it. So for instance, you did a song, maybe me and you did a song, example, you wrote the lyrics, I create the beats, which is the melodies, right? Then we record it together, become a complete song. In the composition right, I'm supposed to have 50% share on it. As a producer, you have 50% in there as an author of the song, because you wrote the lyrics, I create the beats. Simple as that. If there are other co-writers, based on the role they play in that song, they also get their cut. So within the composition side, it totals to 100%. Then the lyric side, which is the author side, also totals to 100%, depending on how many people are involved. So if every songwriter understands it this way, there's not going to be no issues. There's no issues. By the time you finish working, you will have an idea who contributed in that song, and you guys will just, agreed on splits, which is the percentage is what is due for you. Then you put it in writing just for future, so that tomorrow somebody will not say, no, I didn't agree to this, I didn't agree to that. You put it in a piece of paper. It can just be any ordinary paper that you just put each other's names. Because remember, we may mention in terms of composition, there is no artist, no producer. So it's going to be based on your real names, where you have to indicate your names, the split, your shares in that song and all that. Then when the song makes money in terms of the composition, that's how you all going to get paid. The masters also has its own split, which usually is agreed between the label and everybody involved in there. Although, because the label pay for the recording, the sound recording, the label will have major share in the particular song that they are releasing. But everybody's supposed to have a piece of the share in that song, so that whenever that there's streams, there's downloads, Even there's a sync deal that comes in there, everybody's going to get, share in that song. So at the end of the day, nobody's left out. Everybody will become the beneficiary of the project that you bring out. Now, when you come to master right, it has its different kind of royalties that comes in there. Publishing right also have different kind of royalties. Based on where we are coming from, publishing, we have about 4 different kind of royalties that you're supposed to be getting. One, there's a proper split in a song. We have performance royalties. Performance as in when your music get played on radio, TV, or even there's a digital performance, right? Then we have mechanical royalties. When your song is being copied from one point to another, in short, we call it reproduction. It creates mechanical royalties. Like even somebody stream your song on Spotify, Apple Music, these are all these areas. There's mechanical royalties that is coming there. But the major share will go into the masters. That's where you see the label will get the major share from the streaming. But the composition also has a share from that same streaming, which doesn't go to the label. You see, so if the label or the artist, they didn't do this composition right, it means that everybody is going to lose money from the composition. The money doesn't go to label, it goes to certain collecting societies within the continent. Then they will collect the money and distribute it according to the split that you guys submitted or your publisher submitted on your behalf. We have synchronization, which is more like using your song for film, advert, documentary, movies. Like example, like Netflix. Before they use your music for Netflix, there is certain licensing that is going to happen there. And that licensing, we call it synchronization. So that part, publisher usually handle those ones, make sure that it's cleared properly. Then everybody get paid. Now, when the movie is hired anytime, it now generates royalties again. So you make money from the master, you make money from the composition as well.
Wow. Anyway, this one, I'll give you time, you explain them well. Immediately they speak Pidgin, so profound. They speak Ghana man, they speak profound. What they call them? Somebody go ask which company you dey and where you guys they operate from. Okay,
so I work with Share Publishing. Share Publishing is a South African company, but the mother company is based in the US. So it means our head office is in New York, but we have offices, worldwide. We have office in UK, France, Germany, Japan, then the head office is in South Africa.
Wow, so you're the base for South Africa?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Somebody up and coming artists, or even the ones that be known and things, somebody say, all these things they talk, some people don't know, and including those that they play the beats, the producers and all those. I think a lot of people don't know what they talk. Plenty they go to say, I play music, and the music, that's all. They use my song for here, they give me something queer, be small, that's all. Whether the music can make hits or you need to get anything again. So such if somebody they watch you what are some of the measures the person could put in place? Because say, okay, me I can't join you people. How we go do them? What and what I want join people, how I go do them? I'm a musician, now I go do them. Okay,
so first of all, you working with us, there's supposed to be a contract in place. Because this is more like we are going to represent you. So there's supposed to be a representation agreement between you and the company. Then after that, what we need from you is a split, which is a big problem that we are facing here. In Ghana, West Africa, even Nigeria, yes, it's a big problem.
Why?
Because people work without doing splits. So like when they are in the studio, they record a song, the jam is good, everybody's vibing. By the time you see they left, the next thing you see, the song is out. So there's no split. So I can even give you a assurance that there's a whole lot of African money that is sitting out there that people cannot even access it or they can't claim it. We have something we call Undog and other ones we call it a black box. All those monies. The song makes money out there, but because it doesn't have a history, there's no registration on it or there's no split. So they're not going to pay the money.
So we get I not say be Africa matter, but people come Ghana. So we get some artists, they my music they do well, money they top, but they don't do registration and things at the top. They have some in mind, some kind of music today in the pipeline where they don't know say money make ready, but they don't know how to go about
a lot.
Like who? I don't know some artists.
I see the thing is, I can't mention names, but trust me, there's a lot. Like you'll be even surprised to hear the names that but there's a lot. Yeah, a lot.
And such people, is it like they are not educated or they've not told them, they don't tell them much about your job, how they do and all that?
You see, this publishing thing is not a new thing. It's been there. 18th century has been there. It's not something that they started doing it. You see that certain societies have been in operation for over 60, 70, 80 years. You see. So it's not a new thing. It's just that this side of Africa, people don't talk much about it. We don't educate each other about it. We don't kind of like the way I am out talking about it with confidence and all those things. It doesn't work like that here. So people get in the industry, they are talented, but they don't know all these things. And to be honest with you, before you start music, these are the things that you need to put in place. We have a collecting society, we have publishers. So these collecting societies, they are the societies that are regulated by each country to collect your revenue when your music is being used. So it's compulsory that you have to be a member of one of these societies. Example in Ghana is Gamro, right? South Africa, we have Samro, which I think Gamro adapted the name from that Samro. Then in UK, we have PRS. US, we have BMI ASCAP. France, we have SACEM. Germany, GEMA. So you have to be a member of one of these societies. Nigeria, they have their own society. So you being a member of that society, there's a unique number that they will generate for you called IPI number, Interested Party Identification Number. You need to have that. So that is more like you being a songwriter, that's your identity. So that number linked with your works. So now when your publisher is registering your works, you register the works linked with that IPI number, then it will connect with all your works worldwide. So wherever that the music get used, they will rectify and you get paid.
Most of the artists for here, this Gamro and things, plenty no be interested, plenty no day inside. They say they get no royalty. They know so some of the artists, when we talk about Gamro, they say, oh, they Gamro. Somebody say, we go tell you, so are they there by meetings and then they go, I know register, I know they pay dues, I know they go anything. Which is what be our problem. And most of the people who are here, and some of the people I talk to, they go tell you say their music, they send them to the South African place where you call, no? Some they send their music, go there, then they get their royalty, not from Ghana. What be our problem? I want to limit them for Ghana, what be our problem? And why we know plenty of the artists to know the see Gamro?
So you see, first of all, these things goes with systems. You need to have a system to monitor the usage. Ghana, I don't think we have that system here. So we don't collect properly. And this thing, the more you collect, the more people will get more money. So some of them see it to be a waste of time because Gamro will do distribution maybe once in a year. And that once in a year, you get 100 Ghana cedis. So you feel like, why 100 Ghana? So, you see, it doesn't make sense to them. But if Gamro put up structures, like systems in place, where they can rectify whoever that use your music, then they will go and collect. Then they will have enough money to distribute. And you see, the thing is, it's not necessarily collecting self. You need to collect according to what the person used, and you need to put a system that will calculate. Not just you use music for 1 month, you give me 100 Ghana or 1,000 Ghana as a station. No. You put a rate card. When you use this song, if it's a radio edit, for instance, you use 3 minutes. That 3 minutes, you pay per second this amount of money. So based on the usage, you do the calculation, you see how many minutes that they use in a week, in a month, in a year. You could total everything, then the person will pay all that money to you, then you can also distribute. But in a situation where you don't have those systems, you go to radio stations and negotiate something called blanket license fee. So this blanket license fee, you now have to put the radio stations in a category. Maybe A list, B list, C list, like that, like the top ones. So that you just give them once off fee, they pay you. So in that case, you yourself, if they pay you that kind of money, how are you going to distribute it? You don't know who the money belongs to. You see, so like in South Africa, for instance, and the rest of the world, what they do, these systems are there. Like South Africa, we have something called radio monitor. Radio monitor will give you TV usage, radio usage. Whatever music that you play on radio, on TV, there is a breakdown, how many minutes you play it. Then they have the total amount that you're supposed to pay per usage. So it's easy to do the calculation. You yourself, you can sit and calculate how much is due for you. Simple as that. But because we don't have that system here, we can never collect proper and we can never distribute proper.
What would the highest, since we talk about this, I say be a money day inside. For you, as you work on this field for 11 years, what would the highest money way one artist fee get? Just give me
it depends. You see,
just give me highest.
For instance, let's calculate this way.
You use Gamro, you use some of the artists, let's say somebody fee get 100 Ghana cedis. That's why I say, you did South Africa. What would the highest way if you say, don't mention artists?
So let's say, let me use you one radio station in South Africa, Metro FM. Metro FM will pay you, let's say, 50 cents per second.
50
cents
per second.
Yes, that's 50 kobo, right? No, what do we use?
Ghana.
Yeah,
Ghana.
No, pesos.
50 pesos.
Yeah, they will pay you maybe 50 pesos or 20 pesos per second. So if your song is 3-minute radio edit song and they play it once, that 3 minutes. So you calculated it, that seconds, that's the 3 minutes is going to be 1 minute, 180 seconds. So you calculated the amount, 20 pesos by 180. That's the money you're getting. So now it depends how many times they play it. If they play it 10 times a week, you calculated that amount by 10. Wow. That's the money you're getting.
Wow.
Same. So it's simple. It's not a difficult thing, but if you don't have the system, it becomes difficult.
So we don't need any software. We say we need some software, or we need some gadget, or we need the monitor you talk. We need some particular equipment to monitor.
It's a software. Yes,
well,
but
we Ghana will know
I don't know how. I'm not part of Gamro, but I don't know their challenges. But you know, this thing is way overdue. That Ghana is supposed to be in that level. I don't know why.
Software you can be in your office or where and just be monitoring all the radio stations.
Yes.
The number of times they've played this music. I
have that logins where you can just go and check. Even sometimes you can even pick some Ghana radio stations and TV stations of within that South African radio monitor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because musicians, some of them go put in all their best, and then you go see some they hungry, money no day, they play nice banger, but money no day, you know if he hates, then they tire. All because they don't know some of these things, right?
Yeah. It affects them. You see big name like we're talking about. They have numbers, they have name. You go to Spotify, you see they have maybe 50,000 monthly listeners. Some of their song hits over 1 million streams, but they don't have a publisher. And you see, this like every 1 million stream on Spotify, depending on where you have more streams, you're talking about thousands of dollars. And that thousands of dollars, all that money is not going to your label. Some of this thing goes to what we're talking about, the composition, right? Which you can easily calculate it. If you make 10 million streams, and that 10 million streams, you are getting, let's say, $5,000 per 1 million. That's times 10, that's $50,000. You're getting 80% of that $50,000. The 20% goes to mechanical and performance royalties. So that mechanicals and performance, that 20% is huge money. But because you didn't register the work, or you are not affiliated to publisher who can assist you collect that money, you are losing that. You're losing it. You will see it's not huge as compared to the master right, but it's money when you have more numbers. It becomes big numbers. You can see now, say on Spotify, somebody can have 20, 50, 100 million streams. Those are big numbers. If your works are registered properly, you're going to make good monies as well in terms of your publishing.
Wow. What about the songs? You guys, they watch the song before they invite the person or they work with the person. If somebody they release some of this an up and coming artists, they music and koye, they be like that. So such person, if you hear music, it won't come under you go register.
I see. We have a team that we do assess, mostly like this upcoming. You see somebody, the song doesn't have numbers or is not big like that, but it's a quality. The person has the talent. Those one you consider that person, then there are certain structures that you can advise. Because as publishers, besides we collecting, we also, create opportunities for musicians, producers to work with other big names so that they can also come up. For instance, I work with like big names like everywhere in Africa. If I see your talent and I can advise with some of my clients somewhere to work with you, it's quite easy. So by you working with them, then you also grow from there, you see. So it's not necessarily having the numbers, but if the talent is there, yes, we can work with you.
Nice one, nice one. So if I say give me percentage for Ghana here, artists where them no register, they must songs and kasa. If I say give me percentage, could be like how many? Like you there on the ground, so I ask you.
DJ. Well,
just percentage. Artists where if you say they don't do proper publishing.
I can tell you
percentage wise.
Maybe 60, 40% did it, 60 they didn't.
Because they don't really know.
They don't know, and with artists, it's always difficult to sit with them and educate them about these things. It's always difficult. And usually
Why it be difficult? The thing say they can't cheat time or they understand or what? Why it be difficult?
You see, the problem is how to get in touch with that artist is the problem.
Like when you speak to the management.
Some of the managers, they will not give you that opportunity to meet with the artist.
But do you have to meet if you meet the artist or if you meet the artist manager?
Remember, the artist manager cannot sign publishing deal. It's the artist who's supposed to sign.
But the manager will front everything. Whatever he did, the manager will go discuss with them before he finally go bring the artist.
Yes, yes, that's how it is. But some of the managers, they will never give you that opportunity.
It's because the manager know they understand or what?
I don't know. I don't know whether they feel inconvenient, they feel insecure, they feel whatever. I don't know.
Because
no, you see, DJ.
They talk. Yeah, so I didn't understand.
DJ, it takes me 3 years to meet with Shatawali to talk about publishing.
It takes you 3 years?
3 years.
Why?
I don't know.
Like the management don't give you
yes, you communicate with the management, but they don't give you that opportunity. They like always, you talk, they read, they don't even respond. They will come to you, they talk, you book appointment, you call him, you don't get him. So unless, it just came to a point that the manager doesn't have any option then. And also before, they don't understand this thing, like I said before. Now that we're talking about it, now and then we talk about it, people, like even now you can see people are even fighting somewhere for split sheet and all. Then it was not there. Like, let's say 3 years ago, it was not there. Although we're working, but we work with individuals and we're not talking about it like the way we talk about it now. You see? So now some of the managers, it's now become their attention that, oh, okay, let me get publishing deal for my artists. But to be honest with you, when you look at publishing structure properly, a manager doesn't have benefit on it. You only benefit once you manage to set up proper deal for your artists, because it's an intellectual property right. And that intellectual property right goes to the owner.
So that's why the managers know they should that they care.
I don't know, maybe.
So you meeting Shatawale after you struggle for 3 years where you meet him.
Yeah.
When you break this thing down to him.
Yeah.
What he talk?
After a month we sign a deal. After a month. I was not even in Ghana when the deal was sent back then. That was last year, August.
Wow. So you make aware say they block you.
Oh no, you can't talk things like that. You can't.
Anyway, Sedu, I will leave you, but break it down. If somebody won't get in touch with you, make somebody want understand more. Though you break everything down, but somebody they won't follow up or know more about it. So currently, how many artists you they handle for Ghana?
A lot.
A lot. Oh, name some. But you mentioned Satawale. We just want to know as a proof. Yeah, how many artists?
Okay, I have Stone Boy. Stone Boy is somebody that I started working with back in 2013. So, you know, all his works is in order because, you know, he understands this before he even blew up like where he is today. So, all his works is in order. We have producers like MOG, Master Gazi, Willis Beat, Posse G, Apietus. You know, recently I just signed Kewa. Yeah, and with the High Life, I work with Rex Omar, the Gamro chairperson, then Amanziba, your man, A.B. Krenzel, the late Papa Yangsin, and the late C.K. Man. So those are the ones, Ambolley as well. So like Ambolley, for instance, because he understands these things back then, Ambolley is one of our top earner. Yes.
Top?
Yes.
As in they make money per...
Yes. Gyedu Ambolley. Yes. He's one of our top earner. See, that song is doing very well in Europe, Asia, and America. And the way the structures, they don't use your music for free, they pay for it. And the works are registered properly. And he does a lot of tours. So one thing about these live performances, when you perform in areas that are well structured, each and every venue like this place you perform, there's live performance royalty that you're supposed to be getting. So all those things, once you are doing tours, like I strike a deal with One Love Kubolo last month, when I came here last month, we strike a deal. With him, I follow him long time as well, but because we never like had that opportunity to meet, we couldn't strike a deal. We met during that time that we went to London. It was like an interview like this, YFM interview. Someone was broadcasting from London to Ghana. That's where we did. They have a writer and a publisher, and the writer happens to be him. That's the first time me and him we met. Then after 2 months later, he signed a publishing deal with us. So currently we handle One Love Kubolo and Sister Deborah, and also AY Poyo. You see, so sometimes this thing is an administrative work. It's not something that you can do it yourself.
You mentioned say CK Man. You mentioned late CK Man. You mentioned Papa Yangse. Right now them die. They no day. So the money go come from back. Who go receive them?
They have a beneficiary. So that's what I was saying. Publishing is an intellectual property right. So before we start working with you, all this information, we'll get it from you. You give us your beneficiary details so that's next of kin. So once you are no more, that your account will go into an estate. We call it estate account. So we now started dealing with the beneficiary. So whatever money that comes in there goes to the beneficiary.
Oh.
So you see, it's a legacy that you left behind. So if your works are doing very well, the money still goes to your whoever that you put as a beneficiary.
You guys they work for, I know you they cut across Africa, Nigeria too, you they hold some.
Oh yeah, a lot. We represent Davido, P Square, Yanya, and yeah, quite a lot of them. Harrison, Oreze, quite a lot. Wow. And the gospel artists like Steve Crown, I know he's doing very well here. Samsung, yeah.
So Ghana gospel artists, they know the design.
Oh yeah, we have got like Joe Metal. We have Joe Metal through Dinah Hobson's company, GH Music Publishing. So through there, we have a whole lot of writers under that company that we administer. Then we also have a DSP, Kofi Sapon through Media Excel NST. Yeah, so we have quite a lot of gospel writers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sedu, I know make we talk plenty. With the vibe, this show will be PG 100%. I think it's the first time in Ghana. Bring them back a few years ago, but now he come back again with the vibe 100% PG. But he come here, he know on vibe PG. He say PG be some way they take, because I know say this show more of the street boys, up and coming ones and things. It be PG, you know, with the vibe boys level. So in the South African burger, so all the same, everybody understand. If somebody want to contact you, they will call you directly, or they be say they will follow you, or how they will reach you.
Okay, so I have a Ghana number, which is 054 976 8229.
Mention them again.
054 976 8229. Then my WhatsApp number is a South African WhatsApp number, which is +27 78 054 1943.
Mention them again.
+27 78 054 1943. My email is seidu SEIDU @share. Share is SHEER.co.za. And you can follow me on Instagram, Seidu_Idrisu1.
Charlie, I thank you. Say you can pass through SBTV Africa.
Thank you.
With the vibe,
Thank
Charlie, nice having
me.
Seidu. I tell you, say SBTV Africa with the bring things. So if you don't subscribe to our channel, you will miss a whole lot. If I give one all the fella everything day. If you be musician, you be sound engineer, you be what for look sharp, go vibe with them, make you see say some quite big of it come maybe 20-30 years time. That time you make old man small. Charlie, at the time say do at the time my production team, my name is DJ Nyame. If you want to come on my show, you go feel WhatsApp me on 0244 790902 or 0240 677 898. A big up to my production team, DJ Click. Sharon K. If you meet me for town, just talk say tour. Then I go respond to 2 hours. So 2 hours.